I love Royal Rumbles, you love Royal Rumbles, he, she, me loves Royal Rumbles. Everyone loves Royal Rumbles, but the ones I love the most are the ones that tell some stories. Like back in 1992 where the WWF title was on the line and Ric Flair carried that match like LeBron used to carry the Cavaliers. He was the story of the match with everybody going after him, and he was able to survive and walk out WWF Champion. Or 2001, Stone Cold is back and he wants to go to WrestleMania to challenge for the WWF title. Can he do it, or does The Rock have something to say about it? And also, never forget Kane going God mode. And yo, that's what I love. I love when the Rumbles have some stories, and that's why I love the 2010 Royal Rumble. This Rumble tells some awesome stories, and of course it's 2010, so we got Yoshitatsu. We miss you, senpai. But yes, it's your boy Pav, and let's get into this. So we are going to focus on 3 characters for this Rumble like it's GTA 5. First off, CM Punk. So this was in 2010, before the pipe bomb, before the 400-day reign, before it all. This was when CM Punk was basically trying to be the PG Charles Manson. At this point, CM Punk was a leader of the straight edge society. He was straight up evil Jesus, cult leader CM Punk. And his goal was to basically save the masses and convert them into the straight edge lifestyle. He would come out and get people to shave their heads in solidarity, out here beating up people one moment, saving them the next. It was awesome. Every week he would come out, drop some sermons, and just get some amazing heel heat. The heat was insane. It was something like we hadn't seen in a long time. As he describes it, he was on a crusade to save the masses, one of the coolest and most original factions ever. At one point in the Cow Palace, he almost started a riot at a house show. That's how much heat he was getting. In 2009, Shawn Michaels went one-on-one with The Undertaker, and they put on a classic and tore the house down. Michaels was so close to ending the streak at WrestleMania, but he couldn't get it done. This was HBK, the showstopper, the icon, the main event, the man who had done it all in the WWE, World Champ, IC Champ, screwed Bret Hart, European Champ, the biggest douchebag in the locker room back in the day, Tag Team Champ. He had legitimately done it all, except beat the dead man at WrestleMania. And this ate him alive, this hurt him. It's all he had left to do in his career, and he didn't get it done. In December of 2009, Taker vs HBK got the Slammy for Match of the Year. HBK came out and he accepted the award, thanked everyone, and was walking away. But he came back and said, "Undertaker, I can beat you." Weeks go by and he taunts The Undertaker every chance he can get, and he challenges The Undertaker to a rematch at WrestleMania. Undertaker at this time was the World Heavyweight Champion, so he had other things to worry about than HBK. But he still decided to come out on an episode of Raw and decline the match right in Shawn Michaels' face. So Shawn was obviously angry, but he knew what he had to do. He then said, "I realize what I have to do now. I have to enter the Royal Rumble." Shawn knew that he had to win the Royal Rumble and earn the right to verse Taker at WrestleMania, because if he wins the Rumble and Undertaker is still champion, Taker has no choice but to verse him. See, all other 29 wrestlers in the Rumble were gonna fight for the chance to have a title match at Mania. Michaels could care less about the championship, he just wanted to beat The Undertaker at the grandest stage of them all. The issue was though, this wasn't going to be easy for him. He had to survive 29 other wrestlers. He had to survive John Cena, Triple H, Batista, Jericho, CM Punk, and who knows who else might appear. At this point, Shawn's career was winding down. He knew it was now or never. Could he get the day with Destiny one more time? Then you had Edge, the rated R superstar, the man for years who we hated. This piece of shit screwed over everyone we ever liked. Matt Hardy, John Cena, Batista, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, literally everyone. From 2005 until 2009, there was nobody I hated more than Edge. Just when you least expected it, he would appear as the ultimate opportunist and ruin everything. And when he appeared, it usually meant your favorite wrestler was about to get clapped. In 2009, Edge and Chris Jericho were a tag team, and they were actually the unified tag team champions. Look how badass they looked with both of the belts. But sadly, Edge got injured and tore his Achilles. Edge was sidelined for 6 months, and Jericho did not take it too well. Edge was giving an interview on SmackDown after his injury, and Jericho interrupted him, calling him a coward and selfish for ruining his reign. All Jericho cared about was himself. For the first time in a long time, WWE fans felt a little sympathy for Edge. But anyway, life in the WWE went on. Jericho found a new tag team partner in the Big Show, stayed tag team champion for a while, and he was living his best life. But whenever he could, he would take shots at Edge, like at the Slammies. It's always the goddamn Slammies. He came out when he was accepting his award. I would like to thank the long and forgotten Edge for being cowardly and selfish enough to get her and relinquish his half. Jericho felt he didn't need Edge, and if anything, Edge was a liability, and felt he would do better without Edge in the picture. So here we were, live in Atlanta, Georgia. It was a 2010 Royal Rumble. Who was gonna take it all? Who was gonna walk out with a date with Destiny at WrestleMania? The first two entrants were Dolph Ziggler and Evan Bourne. They stared down with the WrestleMania sign in the background, and both of them were acting up, but everyone and their mom knew damn well that neither of them were going to win. But A+ for acting though, I respect it. These two go at it and they do some spots. Evan Bourne does his finisher, but the clock hits 0 and out comes CM Punk. He comes out and just destroys everyone. He quickly eliminates both Dolph and Evan Bourne, and this is where Punk shines. He tells Serena, one of his disciples, to get him a mic, and Punk was about to drop a sermon in the middle of a Royal Rumble. He says he's either going to eliminate everyone who comes in here or save them. What a legend. The countdown starts again and he simply says, "Excuse me, it's clobbering time." Out comes JTG, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. And the poor guy gets eliminated in 30 seconds, and Punk was back on the mic. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. He just goes on and on, dropping bars, and it was amazing, explaining how he is going to save the world and how he is better than everyone else. Well, then it was once again time for another entrant. This time the Great Khali. But now the attitude changed. Now Punk was shook. He starts pleading, "Great Khali, I can save you. I can make you greater." Khali didn't care and just started clapping Punk. Our poor savior was about to die. Khali had him in the vice grip and his brain was about to explode on some Game of Thrones Prince Auburn shit. Rest in peace. But then comes Beth Phoenix. Yes, Beth Phoenix. She comes out running like she's Wonder Woman and goes right after Khali. Beth became the second woman in Royal Rumble history to enter. Rest in peace, China. And Beth Phoenix had to stare down with the Great Khali. I love wrestling. So, how the hell can she eliminate the Great Khali? What kind of black magic could she possibly do? Khali just simply picks her up and takes her to the apron, and he's about to throw her out. Khali says, "Go back." And Beth? Well, she just kisses the Great Khali. She grabs him by the neck, kisses him, and then while she's kissing him, flips him over the top rope as the crowd goes mental. Beth Phoenix eliminated the Great Khali in the Royal Rumble. Beth Phoenix was wildin'. She goes in the ring and then clotheslines Punk. Man, y'all wanted HBK versus Taker at WrestleMania? Nah. We're gonna get Beth versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. Until Punk hit her with a GTS. She gets thrown out and CM Punk is finally back on the mic. Zack Ryder runs out and he's about to go crazy. Punk starts screaming, "You have potential! You have potential! How would you like to be a member?" And then CM Punk just destroys Zack Ryder with the microphone. The crowd goes wild chanting, "CM Punk! CM Punk!" Zack gets thrown out and CM Punk is just going off. Watch me rise! A lot of people became CM Punk fans in 2011, but here, more than a year before, Punk was killing it. He had the crowd in the palm of his hands and he was so good you couldn't deny it. The countdown began again and it was time for war once again. But the straight edge party was over because out came Triple H. And here we go. Way before the summer of Punk and all of that, way before United Champions, here we were, Triple H and CM Punk face to face. Sadly though, as most would expect, Triple H took out CM Punk. CM Punk's 2010 Royal Rumble performance. Never forget. Leave the memories alone. So at this point, it just became a traditional Royal Rumble. Wrestlers entered, wrestlers got eliminated, you know how it goes. Ted DiBiase, Jomo, Kane, Cody Rhodes, MVP, Carlito, The Miz. Basically, they took all the mid-carders from 2010, lined them up, mixed in Kane, and every 90 seconds they were like, "Okay, go, 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 Delta team, go, go, go." So the ring was filled with wrestlers, Triple H was going off and cleaning house, spine busters for everyone and their moms. But eventually it got too much and he started getting his ass beat. He was on the ground getting beat, legs being targeted by the heels, and as the theme song went for the pay-per-view, he needed a hero. By the way, what a song. Shout out to SVR 2010. He's getting his ass beat, the countdown hits 0, and who could it possibly be? Of course, Shawn Michaels. He runs in. It did take him a while to run, but it's okay. He made the effort and he did make it to the ring eventually. He comes in and out goes Carlito, Cody, Ted, Jomo. Drew McIntyre survived, but Triple H and Shawn got up and took him out together. DX was in the cut, taking care of business like it was 1997. They look at each other and at this point they both realize, yeah, eventually one of us has to go out. They are face to face and brothers are at odds. But then comes the next entrant. So for now they'll have to work together. And who was the next entrant?
And his name is John Cena!
Shawn and Triple H are just like, well, shit. John Cena comes out and it's lit. He runs in and just goes off, takes both of them down, and then this man did a double 5-knuckle shuffle. Now that sounds much cooler than it actually was. It looked so bad. Please, John, never again. Cena goes for the AA to Michaels, but his boy Triple H comes in and saves him. Triple H had Cena with a pedigree. What a great friend. What a true ride or die. Get yourself a friend like Triple H. And then Shawn Michaels super kicks him out of the ring. It'd be your own brother. Triple H held it down for Shawn and this is what he got. I guess Shawn never forgave him for 2002, but man, it was amazing. Triple H got clapped and Shawn is just looking at him. Beating Undertaker at WrestleMania meant that much to him. He had to do what he had to do. He had to eliminate his best friend. Where were you when DX was killed? Triple H went out of his way to save Shawn, and this is what he got. But you gotta do what you gotta do. To Shawn, this was free-for-all in Rust. Anybody can catch the intervention quickscope. Triple H was out. You really gotta follow Stone Cold Steve Austin's advice. Don't trust anybody. What a moment. So in the ring, it's just John Cena and Shawn Michaels. But then comes the GOAT. My pick to be the winner, the legendary star of 2010, Yoshitatsu. But he got clapped. Yoshi deserves so much better, man. Once again, wrestlers kept coming in, and Shawn was surviving it all. Big Show, Mark Henry, Chris Masters, R-Truth, Jack Swagger. HBK was doing whatever he could to survive, and at one point Swagger clotheslined Michaels, and Michaels was hanging on the apron with one arm, but he survived. Eventually the ring cleared and there were only 3 people left in the ring. Kofi Kingston, Shawn Michaels, and John Cena. The clock starts counting down and there's only 3 people left to enter. 3, 2, 1. Who is number 28? Break the walls down, it's Chris Jericho. Jericho goes in and he's all excited, he's running. Oh man, Jericho got this. Everyone is tired, he's fresh, he has Shawn's number, he got this. What if HBK gets eliminated by the same man who punched his wife? Jericho, I believe in you. Jericho runs in, but bang, attitude adjustment. Oh, and then he got hit by the diving elbow. Jericho really thought he was gonna do something, didn't he? Shawn was then going for the sweet chin music. He's tuning up the band. This is for the time you punched my wife, you asshole. He's going for it, but out of nowhere, Kofi Kingston. But Cena then gets up and throws out Kofi Kingston. Cena turns around, but then gets hit with a code breaker. So Cena is down, HBK is down, but Chris Jericho is alive. Well, maybe he was gonna do something. Can Chris Jericho, after all these years, finally win the Royal Rumble? The clock starts to count down. 3, 2, 1, and all you hear is,
"You think you know me?"
And the crowd just goes mental. Matt Striker's marking out, I'm marking out, you're marking out. Edge comes out looking like a madman who is possessed, and Jericho looks like he had just seen a ghost. Edge was back. And it's such a simple story, but how could you not love it? And now Edge was finally getting that babyface pop. Everyone loved Edge at this moment. Edge runs into the ring, everyone got a spear. He starts attacking Jericho lefts and rights and throws him over the ring. Jericho was eliminated. Jericho was outside and he couldn't believe what happened. The man he called a coward, the man he thought was long gone, his former tag team partner, just ruined his chance at winning the Rumble. Karma is a bitch. What a return for Edge. Was it predictable? Hell yeah, me and my friends all thought this was gonna happen, but that's not a bad thing. There's a difference between, oh man, I saw that coming miles away, or, oh shit, they finally did it. So in the ring, it was Edge, Cena, and Shawn Michaels, and the 2 stories were, can HBK pull it off and go on to verse Taker, or can Edge complete his ultimate comeback? And then there was one man left to enter, and out comes the Animal, Batista. Heel 2010 Batista was in the cut and Batista was unleashed. He came in doing some power moves so strong the ring was shaking every time he did anything. Batista was in control. He's shaking the ropes. It's all about Batista. But he turns around and bam, spear to Batista. But then Edge turns around and AA to Edge from John Cena. And everyone is down. Edge, Cena, Batista, Shawn Michaels, all four men who had main evented WrestleMania. The Ruthless Aggression All-Stars, my childhood, low-key kind of the last hurrah for the Ruthless Aggression era, cause Edge retired a year after, Batista was never full-time after 2010, and HBK retired too. Maybe that's why I love this match so much. HBK gets up and he's fighting away, chops and atomic drops, Michael is doing whatever he can, flying elbows from both sides, Shawn is feeling himself. Cena gets hit with the sweet chin music and then so does Batista, but then Edge dashes at him and clotheslines him over the top rope, and both men are hanging on the apron. Yeah, someone's story is about to have a huge plot twist. Michaels then, out of nowhere, sweet chin music on the apron to Edge, but he sent him the wrong way because Edge goes falling back into the ring. Michaels is hanging, but out of nowhere, Batista attacks him. And Shawn is teetering, one hand is off the ropes, he's reaching for the other, can he hold on? He's teetering, he's reaching, but Batista knocks off the other hand. Shawn is out. The fans let out a huge gasp, commentators are saying no, so close, so close. Just like against Taker, so close but not close enough. Shawn Michaels was out, and Shawn is outside and cannot believe what just happened. He looks like he's in shock. He looks heartbroken. Heartbreak kid? Nah, heartbroken man. He starts shaking and he legit can't comprehend what just happened. He's trying to go back into the ring, the ref's telling him, "You're out of here, Shawn, get out of here." Michaels then grabs the ref and throws him away. He goes back into the ring. All he wanted to do was verse The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and now that might not happen. Charles Robinson goes into the ring to get him out of there, and HBK is yelling at him, "You don't understand. You don't understand." And he just snaps at the referee. Sweet chin music. HBK drops down, hands on his head. It meant that much to him. HBK lost. He's walking away, a loser. He survived all that time, eliminated his best friend, but it wasn't enough. What a performance and what great writing and what great acting by Shawn. Shawn Michaels was so close. So then Batista gets eliminated and is down to Cena and Edge, the final chapter in their iconic rivalry. Edge, who had been down for minutes, was finally up. Of course, the ultimate opportunist got up right on time. Cena is on the ropes and Edge is stalking him. It's like a horror movie. What a visual, straight out of The Shining. Here's Edge. Edge charges at Cena, but Cena reverses it, and at this point we're like, oh my god, Cena's gonna win, isn't he? But then Edge reverses Cena, throws him out of the ring, Cena's feet hit the ground, and Edge won the 2010 Royal Rumble. This was awesome because obviously Edge came back from injury, but Edge was now a face. After all those years of hating Edge, all those years of Edge screwing over everyone we liked from Matt Hardy to Jeff Hardy to Cena to Batista, now he was the face. Now it was his time to get the babyface pops. And now it was his time to screw over the people that we hated. At this point, Edge's career finally came full circle. Back in 2002, the WWE viewed Edge as a future face of the company. He was going to be a big face, who was going to be a huge star in the company and hold it down for years to come. But he got injured. And when he came back, that's when he became that evil heel that we love to hate. But now, 8 years later, he's finally the face once again. It all came full circle. This is also that much more special because 1 year later he would retire. Was the return predictable? Yes. Like I said, back then me and my friends all predicted this. So this wasn't like Cena in 08, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. Like I said, sometimes the obvious thing is the best thing. Edge won and was heading to WrestleMania. But what a night. From CM Punk carrying the first half, to HBK taking out his best friend, almost surviving everything, but then sadly getting taken out, to Edge returning and getting revenge on Jericho when winning, it was a special night. And also kind of the last hurrah for the Ruthless Aggression. So what are your thoughts on the 2010 Royal Rumble? Let me know below, leave a comment, like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. It's your boy Pav, and stay tuned for more content coming soon.